Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to talk about masculine and feminine energy, how to balance those energies. So the masculine and feminine energy have different names in different cultures. Yin and Yang, Shiva and Shakti, but they all represent the polarity of energy. The universe, this world, consciousness creates the material realm with the energy of polarity. And everything in this existence which has the material form has this polarity. So as we are part of this material world, physical manifestation of the consciousness, we are also masculine and feminine as well. This energy is not just about the physical appearance. It's not just limited to that. Men have masculine and feminine, and the females also have the masculine and feminine. So in simple terms, in very basic terms, if we try to understand the masculine, it is the active energy. It is the doing energy, achieving energy. It's goal-oriented, exploration, discovery. And on the other hand, the feminine is passive energy. It's very much heart-centered, grounded, in the moment, surrendering to the higher power. That's why spirituality needs a feminine energy. Without it, you can't surrender, you can't open your heart. The world we live in today is dominated by masculine energy, and it has been so for centuries. In every culture of the world, you will see the feminine suppression. They have not been given any respect. In every way, the feminine has been suppressed. And there is a very deep psychology behind this. The psychology that the masculine, the men, feel inferior to the women because the nature has chosen the feminine, the female, to give birth. And this is just one aspect. But in actuality, there is no superior and inferior. They both are unique energies, having their own characteristics. And the entire world that we live in, the matrix, it is the manifestation of the masculine dominated consciousness. Our education system, the corporate consciousness, the 9 to 5 job system, everything is the creation of masculine energy. So we all know how to do. We all can run like hamster on a wheel. It's very natural to us, but we don't know how to be. That being is the feminine consciousness, the feminine energy. To be passive, to be receptive, to be in a state of let go. Another very basic trait which will help you to understand the masculine is it is mind. It is goal oriented. It is based on doing things in the future. That's why it is never grounded in the moment. It is logical. It likes to divide things, put things inside a label. It likes to know things. It doesn't like uncertainty. It is very fearful of that. On the other hand, the very nature of feminine is mystery, uncertain. Anything can happen. That's life, that's nature. So that's why the masculine energy is always in a stress, in a pressure, in a fear of unknown. So right now, whether you are a male, you are a female, in our world, collectively speaking, we are not connected to our own feminine energy. This world does not need more masculine energy. It needs the feminine. And also our masculine is wounded. It is not healthy. It is a toxic masculine energy from which we are operating. Always hustling, always in go, 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 like a hamster on a wheel, doing all the time. The passive energy is seen as something which is not productive. Creativity is something that comes from the feminine energy. You can't create 9 to 5, and that's what the corporate consciousness wants you to do, even if they hire you for a creative job. So that's just not natural. Creativity is something that happens when you are in a flow state. You flow, that's creativity. You can't force it. The production, the industrialization, all these things are a really huge part of the masculine energy. It doesn't understand the soul of things, the heart of things, because it is logical. So as I was saying, it's very important for us as humanity right now to reconnect with our inner feminine energy. No matter if you are a male, female, we all are disconnected from our feminine because we are a byproduct of a masculine dominated system, toxic masculine energy. We are made to believe that our worth is equal to production, doing. No wonder everyone is depressed. The society that we live in is really deeply sick. And if we don't realize the value of just being, of surrendering, of trusting, of grounding, we will stay like that. Life will not be balanced. It will not have peace, happiness. All these things will be just like a temporary pleasure. Instant gratification, that's what we are running after. We don't have deep inner peace because we are always in a rush. And it's very unfortunate. This system has convinced the females because for them it's very natural to connect with their feminine. But this world has convinced them that it is of no use. The very nature of this planet is feminine. The Shakti energy, nature, if you understand it, it is feminine. So it is very powerful. It has its own characteristics, its beauty. The world has convinced you because it is for its own benefit. It wants to use you as a mechanical being, a robot. The passive energy becomes obsolete here. It is of no use for the system. And another drawback of being disconnected from our feminine energy is that we become disconnected from our own heart. We go through so much trauma in our lives. We start feeling unsafe. We create an armor around us, a sort of boundary, shield. That itself is masculine. It stops us from feeling anything. We kind of become heartless, emotionless. We become scared of feeling emotions because we have gone through trauma. And emotions are the core of your feminine energy. For the masculine, it is the mind, the thinking, the doing. It's always in the mind, running after things, chasing stuff. But for the feminine, it is simply being with the emotions. So that's why we have to learn to feel safe in our own emotions, allowing ourselves to feel. And this is the reason it is very tough for the men to connect to their feminine, because they are made to believe that emotions are for girls. You're not allowed to feel. So be courageous enough to go within, to allow yourself to feel those emotions. Because if you really want to overcome that trauma and live life with an open heart, if you want to allow the life to amaze you, you have to heal yourself of that trauma. Because just living on one side is not the answer. You are both. There is a reason that you have both those energies, the masculine and feminine, so that you can enjoy both of them. In any way, I don't mean that you have to abandon the doing, but that doing should always be inspired by the being. When you are passive, you are having that potential energy. The energy is strong. You are the source. You have energy in abundance. And when you want to take inspired action, when you want to convert that potential energy into kinetic energy, moving energy, that is the masculine energy, you do it with intention, because you know the direction in which you take the energy, that's what you are creating. So you are really conscious about that when you are balanced. It is coming from a place of responding, grounding. It has a grounding quality. But if you are not connected to that, you are always reacting. The energy is going everywhere. It is not focused. It is not coming from a source energy. It is very superficial. So when you connect to your own feminine, it helps you in relationships. You heal your trauma. You realize that opening your heart and allowing the other person to enter, surrendering, it all helps. Relationships will have a really different quality. The next thing is your connection with your higher self, with the universe, with God. There also you need a touch of feminine energy, because only through with your feminine you can surrender, you can be passive, you can feel that connection. The mind can't feel that. The mind is trying to achieve the higher self. The ego is trying to achieve everything. But when you are in a let go state, the higher self enters in you. It is not something that you achieve. It is something that you allow to enter, the guidance, the wisdom. You can't possess that. The way we use our masculine energy is very toxic. Hamster on a wheel. You are not doing when it is needed. You are like a machine. You are not here to be a machine. A healthy masculine energy creates a safety for the feminine. It makes the feminine feel safe. But in our world, it's the opposite. So this is the reason that as humanity, we are doing the worst for this planet. We can't even take care of our home because we are in an imbalance. We are not balanced. Just imagine if there were no humans, only animals. This world would have been very different. Every time we think we are doing something good, we create something, we invent something from this masculine energy, it backfires. This is the reason there is immense amount of pollution and whatnot on this planet, and it's suffering. And you will see this agenda being pushed in the mainstream, man versus nature. This is pure ego. Man is part of nature, it is not separate from it. How can you create separation? Without nature, you are not there. So this is literally an attack on our consciousness, and you have to remain grounded in this understanding that you are part of nature. Live an organic life. Live a life in connection with nature. Stay grounded. And the final thing that I would like to add about the masculine and feminine is that when you completely realize these two energies within yourself, there is a sort of inner union within you. A union of your own masculine and feminine. And that union makes your energy really powerful. It makes you completely feel whole from within, because you have understood that you are not just one part. There is another aspect of you. And when they two merge, a new you is created. A new you that is immensely powerful. And I feel that that's when you truly discover yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You can like, comment and share with your friends. And thank you for taking the time to subscribe. Much love to you all.